What is up, YouTube? Welcome back, humanity. Today we're going to touch on, have you been ruining all your hard work and progress on your health and fitness without even realizing it? In the next few minutes, you'll discover how weekends and holidays could be ruining all your hard work. But the answer could change your health forever. So here's what you need to know. Let's first start off with the Pareto Principle. The Pareto Principle is a long and well-established concept, often summarized as 80% of results comes from 20% of your effort. It was named after Pareto. He was an Italian who observed that 80% of Italy's land was owned by just 20% of the population. This principle has been stretched across many different industries and professions, and it does hold true in many scenarios. That principle that a lot of people relate to business and health is actually hurting you. This conception makes you think that over the course of 7 days a week, you can sort of take off 2 of those days, being the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, and still have 80% of the results. It's vitally crucial to focus on the day-to-day healthy habits, but also understand the weekly, the monthly, and the yearly bigger picture. So let's break it down. There are 52 weeks in a year, which means 104 weekend days, 52 Saturdays, 52 Sundays. The number of holidays varies by people's lifestyle and what country you're in, but 20 to 40 holidays a year is reasonable. Adding all of these days together gives you 124 days off plan, which equates to about 17 weeks. Subtracting this from a year, 365 days, gives you about 241 days on track, actually doing the things that you should be doing, which is about 34 weeks. And I'm not just talking if you take a cheat day, a whole cheat day, but even just a cheat meal on that one day, or even 2 days in a week. Across my experience with myself and clients, the biggest driving factor is wanting to lose body fat. Let's start with the general rule that there are 3,500 calories in 1 pound of body fat. Therefore, if you eat in a daily deficit of 500 calories each day over 7 days, 5 times 7 equals 3,500. So in a week, you would lose 1 pound of body fat if done correctly. Or if you wanted to stretch it and lose 2 pounds of body fat per week, 1,000 calorie deficit each day over 7 days is 7,000 calories, which is a loss of 2 pounds of body fat. This is the healthy range that most people understand is recommended. But overindulgence on a day or both weekend days in a week could negate the whole calorie deficit for the entire week. For example, consuming an extra 1,750 calories on each of the weekend days or spread throughout the week, whether it be drinking, fast food, cheat meals, sugar, however you get into that surplus, it could actually negate the whole 5 days of eating that caloric deficit. Therefore, starting you at baseline again, or even having you gain weight. That's why it's so important to understand the bigger picture as well as locking in on the day-to-day daily habits. So how do we account for this and provide a solution? Instead of focusing on these 5 days of the week, I'm doing this, and on these 2 days, I can do this a little different. Building consistent daily habits that we abide by is going to help you maintain long-term success instead of focusing on, for these, however many days, weeks, months, I am doing a diet, and then after that, I'm going to go back to my old lifestyle and gain everything back and plus even more, and then hey, I'll see you in a few months once I've hit rock bottom. The first step is following a structured program. This provides guidance and accountability and makes it a lot easier to stick to a health and fitness regimen. Having someone that's helped multiple people achieve the goal as well as themselves and walk the walk how they talk it. Understanding the pitfalls both physically and mentally in the process of changing your body is really important. So working with a coach, following a coach's program that helps you kind of take out the thinking process and you just look, understand, and then build the habits, and then over time, you should be able to deviate from the program and just have those daily habits instilled in your everyday life. The key is adopting a lifestyle change and not just a short-term habit change. While you can focus on the short term, understanding that the long term is where the great success comes from, like it does in anything, is especially true when it comes to diet and recompositioning your body. A lot of times when we tell ourselves or other people no to things, they begin to start to want to focus on yes to those things. So focus on starting the parameters of what is a yes in the daily decision making. Some type of movement activity every day, core foundational meals and supplements that you're going to be taking every day. So you're building a habit with, hey, today I'm going to have this meal for lunch every day. Maybe it changes in a little bit variance, but I'm going to start my day off with this supplement drink, this amount of water, electrolytes. Starting your day off with a morning routine is a great way to start, and then habit stacking that. So morning, this is what I do when I wake up. I have this morning drink. and then I'm going to do this outside walk for 15, 30, 45 minutes and start my day off boosting my metabolism. And then the next day or the next week, after adding in that daily morning routine, we're going to add on to what I'm doing next. Is it a snack? Is it a lunch? Am I fasting? Building out a strong criteria for what you should be doing every day instead of focusing on what you shouldn't. Once you have instilled this foolproof plan on your daily habits that you must do, then you start to look on how do I optimize this for my long-term success? Do I want to feel crappy by eating the processed foods? Instead of thinking about the benefits of the short-term mouth pleasure that you get from eating crappy foods, focus on the feelings that you get from eating healthy whole foods. The extra energy, the better sleep, the better mood, the sustained energy throughout the day instead of eating a high processed or high sugar meal and then having that afternoon crash. One of the biggest things that factor into hunger signals and losing and gaining body fat is sleep. I would start there. How is the sleep routine? Let's start off with breaking down the perfect sleep environment provided by a sleep scientist from Stanford University that was recently on the Diaries of a CEO podcast. Build out the home sleep cave. Eliminate light with blackout curtains. Very limited to no technology in the room, especially using technology or screens that are stimulating the brain within an hour before bed. And set the room temperature that you're sleeping in between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. The scientists said that around 67 degrees Fahrenheit is the ideal sleeping temperature. And then upon waking, what does the day look like in terms of refreshing that energy sleep? The ideal nap time frame is between 1 and 4 p.m. when the crash starts knocking. You can nap in that time period for no more than 30 minutes. Anything over 30 minutes will get you that brain fog that you feel when waking up, and you're actually losing productivity instead of gaining it from that nap. Always set a timer when you're napping for the 30 minutes, and if it takes you 10, 15, 5 minutes to fall asleep into that nap, account for that on the timer. Maybe set it for 40 minutes instead of 30 to allow you that 10 minutes to get to sleep, and then it's waking you up after 30 minutes when you are revived. The scientist also spoke about a nappuccino she coined, where you consume a caffeinated beverage about 15 minutes before you're going to take a nap. You fall asleep, wake up to the timer after 30 minutes, and then boom, you're getting the added benefit of the nap and the added benefit of the caffeine that's getting absorbed by your body. If you're traveling, sleep is still very important. Just try and limit from consuming any alcohol or caffeine. Sport a fashionable neck pillow. Toss on an eye mask to block out the light. Eye masks are also great for hotel rooms if they don't have blackout curtains. And then reduce the sound by wearing earplugs or noise-canceling headphones. 30% of people struggle with sleep apnea. So if you're snoring or waking up in the middle of the night, or your partner or sleeping buddy is telling you that you're snoring, go see your primary care provider and just check off the list that you don't have sleep apnea. It could be something that is really disturbing your recovery. A couple of extra tools that I like are nasal breathing strips. They help with easier breath through your nose, which has a multitude of benefits. And then an Oura ring or some type of sleep tracker so you can see detailed information of what you're doing, what you need to change, and why. So sleep, very vital. Then adding into the movement piece, having a daily movement routine, maybe some type of cardio, some type of weight training is definitely needed at least 3 days a week. You can do a full body functional workout 3 days a week and have solid results, as well as incorporating heat and cold exposure to have a multitude of benefits on recovery and performance. And the biggest thing is understanding the year time span, how that breaks down to a month, week, day process. A lot of the fitness content around bodybuilding especially is focused on bulking for a certain stage, cutting for a certain stage, bulking, cutting, up and down. For the everyday person, I don't think this is essential. It is essential to understand what to do when you sort of hit weight plateaus, but building daily healthy habits of movement, nutrition, and regeneration is going to set you up for long-term success and provide you a lot better feeling and energy throughout that process and more day-to-day similarity rather than spiking and going up and down, yo-yo dieting, as they call it in the fitness industry. You can negate this by just setting up what are the must-dos that I need to do every day. Maybe it's 5 to 10 things written down, checklists that you need to do. Is the morning drink, the solid sleep, setting a timer for when you need to go to sleep, as well as setting a timer for when you need to wake up, because 8 hours is sort of that general guideline, and it's really important, again, in everything from performance to recovery. Sleep is sort of the cornerstone that I would start with, and then building a morning routine and then habit stacking on that. So we have the nighttime, we have the morning, now let's build the midday and the evening. And this can set you up for long-term success and really structure your days so that you know what you should be doing on each day. And then over the course of time, you don't have to think about it because these habits are built into your system, they're built into your routine, and that is where you achieve long-term success. I started at 360 pounds when I left college athletics, and I was lost in this world of all this information. And the things that really helped me and transitioned me into becoming a personal trainer and personal training manager and helping hundreds of people do the same things that I'm speaking with you is following a detailed plan that is, personalized or has been used on many people to help them achieve the things that you want to do. I am building my own right now. It'll be ready in the next 4 to 6 weeks on my website. If you're watching this at a later date, it'll have it in the description at my website, calmriot.co. I just want to help people try and optimize their health for performance and try and carry over what they do in their daily life and try and optimize that functionally. So not bodybuilding style, it's taking bodybuilding, functional strength training and mixing them with athletics and then covering the basis needs and how you can optimize those for your best self in nutrition and regeneration through active and regenerative mobility exercises, heat and cold exposure regimens, supplementation, what you should and what is sort of trash, and then hydration. Hydration is the biggest thing, as well as sleep. I mean, it's all important, but first I would start with sleep, build that morning routine and understand the hydration. A lot of people that I come across with from clients or even potential clients, the biggest and easiest mark that they're missing is the hydration. Take your body weight in ounces, drink that every day. If you work out for an hour, drink an extra 20 fluid ounces. When you wake up in the morning, salt, electrolytes, and this will be a great starting point. If you need any more help, please drop a comment below on what you're struggling with or send me a message. I'd love to help you. And again, my program's coming out soon. I look forward to working with anyone that really wants to optimize their health and get back to their functional good self. That's all for today. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, humans.